And so now it is time for the second leg of Operation Archon. After defeating Raitaten, it is now time to go from a Praefectus to a Tribunus, as we make our way to Castrum Meridianum. The one place in the game that everyone hates, if you really don't want to come to a place like this. But thankfully for people, as of the end of this weekend, everyone will be just fine and won't have to worry about it anymore. But we still need to do basic mechanics, such as, among other things, turning the lights off. The challenge, of course, here will be to try and curb things while hoping that we don't end up getting overwhelmed, which is very easy to do in a place like this. But with the first set of lights now off, it is time for us to see just how well we will do from this point forward as the ominous airship continues to hover over and assess the situation. But how bad is it going to be when we come out of cutscene? Answer, very. But we kind of expected this because we are doing this without the traditional ways. Yeah, we're getting routed here. Oh man. Backflip, backflip. Yeah, if you can't res, then just wake up again. Oh god. Yeah, everyone back on your feet quickly. Well, at least this is better than the footage I shot yesterday. I was trying to shoot this footage yesterday, and when I went to check on it and look it over, it turns out the file was corrupted. Yeah, we're just throwing ourselves in with the modern strats, not taking into consideration that, yeah, given that we're at item level 42, this is kind of slightly harder. Yeah, this is just kind of slightly harder. But eventually, we're gonna work our way through. Yeah, I have to reshoot this because there was unfortunately corrupted footage in the second dungeon in my first attempt at doing this. So yeah, I'm doing this with a completely different crew, and hopefully we'll do better than we did at the start. But it kind of gives you an idea of just how hard it was to do a place like this back in 2013. You can't just throw yourself at everything, you gotta demonstrate some semblance of patience. And hope that your tanks can hold out long enough that your heaters will be able to do the same and that everything will work out in the end. Now finally over to this wave of enemies. Yeah, try as we might, we just cannot get past that first big gaggle of enemies, but the breach of boss area number 1 has taken place, so we'll have to begin by confronting a giant suit of Magitech armor and the pilot who runs it. So yeah, come on over. Yeah, well, I don't know why the other Dragoon here is choosing to chill out over there. We're kind of still finishing this off because we don't want to be harassed as we advance further. Yeah, there you are. Yeah, I ran with another Dragoon too yesterday. Well, we're finally clear of the mess, so now off to fighting against the Black Captains. Let's slow you down a little bit. Then it's a perfect opportunity to use my full thrust against you. Also gotta remember though to take into consideration that you might be positioned in a place where you can get cleaved, which, given that we're at minimum item level, is gonna be much more of a problem. Ooh. Yeah, Yeah, it's just a mad scramble for everyone to do their last runs in this format. That's why I'm glad that I found this group that were basically doing the same thing. A lot of groups are doing this right now. You just have to find them. Unfortunately, I did for this group. Almost to the end of the Black F's. There we go. If I didn't know better, I'd swear you had a personal grudge against Magitech armor. Yeah, not only that, but the pilot has disappeared. Where did he go? Hey there, Sid. What can I say? I couldn't bear to let you have all the fun. Don't worry, Biggs and Wedge have everything in hand. Truth be told, I think they like having the work of 3 men. Wedge wasn't exactly pleased to be left behind, though, and made quite sure I knew it. I must say, our recent struggles have done wonders for the lad's spirits. They certainly have. And so, given the size of this place, I suspected there might be an armor of 3 to be had, and here we are. So, take a look. Not as bad as I thought. If I have half Marquez's talent for mending things, I should be able to get it working again. Listen, Mathia, we intercepted an Imperial communication indicating that the ultimate weapon is indeed being housed within the Praetorium. As we suspected, we also learned that the field which protects the compound is powered by no fewer than 3 generator towers. And so, if you're to deactivate the field, you'll need to locate and disable them all. And I'm here to help you do just that. Thanks, Sid. As he assesses the situation, see that chute? It leads to waste disposal. Somewhere nearby there will be a cerulean facility supplying fuel to the closest of the 3 towers. Find the place and break things. That's exactly what we'll do. Go on ahead, Mathia. I'll be along as soon as I finish my repairs. So it's now time for us to do our New Hope move here and jump into the garbage disposal. Thankfully, there'll be nothing to crush us. Although our spirits could get crushed if we end up wiping again. Alright, away we go. And yeah, as I was saying in New Hope, someone actually pulls off a quote from Princess Leia. But that is our next target. That's where the cerulean fuel is being supplied and extracted. The guy driving the Magitech armor is nowhere to be found. And he knows we're coming, so he's running away. Let's take the fight to this Reaper. As you may have noticed, speaking of Reapers, you may have noticed one of us is doing the Poetic License like we saw at Cape West Wind, where they're playing something that was not featured in A Realm Reborn. But, yeah, when the way people do things these days, there's just situations where there's not much you can do. You just have to take it as is. I'm sure there are going to be people somewhere who were fortunate enough to find a group that was willing to go 100% with A Realm Reborn jobs, but try as I might over the course of the days that I've been planning and plotting this and hoping to do it, that's just not a luxury that's been afforded to me. I'm trying to deal with the Vanguard while we also deal with the flashing searchlights, which are of course now an even bigger concern. And we do have to legit worry about these things being here. The moment one of us steps into it, that basically sets everything off. Whoop. Pick up the incendiary. Yeah, our group's doing a great job of dodging this mechanic. It's not a required mech, but it's something that we are doing a great job of dealing with by avoiding it altogether. Of course, we got to avoid it as well on the double back. Right, here we go. Get ready to really lay waste. And of course, Magic Vanguard will have the second canister that we need. Well, the tanks are in a bit of trouble as we're getting overwhelmed here. Oh boy. You know, in the midst of all this chaos, we've got to maintain control. Chaos control! Yeah, I knew someone was gonna have to make that joke if I didn't, so yeah, you're welcome. Alright. Into the area where the Cerulum gets pumped through. We'll have to be careful to do this more old school, because we are at minimum vital level. Yeah, watch out for the danger. Well, if they're gonna insist that I target the unstable paneling first, fine, I'll deal with it. And because they insist so much. And turn that off there, Mr. Reaper. Oh, look out. There we go. Now we gotta do it on the other side. So pick up this Reaper. This feels like a proper raid. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's amazing what you can discover when you do things the way they were meant to be done all those years ago. So as we approach the searchlight zone again, there is one last line of defense. How good are we going to be at dodging, or are we just going to say screw it and go for it? That's what we've decided. We've chosen the latter. We're doing the latter, and we're just going to leave it at that. And that's how we do it now, and we like it. Yeah, if you had a party full of ninjas here, they could use the hide ability. They could probably evade this sort of thing. Well, can't quite kill the last one before we trigger the next cutscene, as someone has already crossed the line. So with no ceruleum left to go to that tower, it means that the first of the 3 power supplies is gone. We gotta look up, because something's coming our way. Mini-boss number 2 has arrived on the scene. Finish you off, and march right in on the Vanguard. And I will open things out straight away by limit breaking. We do have the double at our disposal. It would be a shame not to use it. So let's give it everything we got. So everything is now starting to file in. Gotta watch out for the healers being under attack, because yeah, one thing that has become really prominent over the course of these last few days of Castrum Meridianum being run in this current format is that the tanks are not doing all that good of a job at picking up ads. They're just being completely neglected as everyone tries to do everything they can to burn down the boss itself. Of course, in a format like this, where everyone's at minimum idle level, that's just a lot of luxury that's afforded to you. Yeah, I was doing this with Rika a few days ago, and the tanks completely overlooked the ads so much that both healers died, and Rika was on healing duty. Whoa! Yeah, get away from that danger. Because we're in a lot of danger. In the midst of all this chaos. Yeah, we need chaos control! I'll wear everything down! Oh! Oh, jeez. Yeah, you can see how much pressure the healers are under. Especially as we're getting this thing right down to the end. Come on, just a little more. Tip it over, tip it over. Tip it over, got it. Whew! Finally taken care of. And just in time for Sid's big return. Now he's driving the Magitech armor. There you are! Yeah, and there you are too! I didn't have the patience to take the long way around. I see you've disabled the first generator. That leaves us with 2. But the alarm has gone off. Oh, bugger. That was me, wasn't it? Yep. Well, there's nothing for it but to press on. We must see to the remaining generators before the enemy has the chance to regroup. I'll agree with that. You go on ahead, Mathia. I'll bring up the rear. So, our next destination is decided. Let's raise some hell! Yes, let's do that. As we're trying to figure out what happened, we're gonna need to pick everyone up before we continue. Get everyone back on their feet. Hopefully my sister realizes, hey, the fight has started again. Oh, my sister, don't leave us behind. Oh, man. This is not what we wanted to see. Yeah, because you're probably lucky not to have had this opportunity to see the corrupted footage, but we also had someone DC during the run I tried to record yesterday. But my sister's finally back on her feet and we can forge onward as people are spelling out Sid's name. Of course, there weren't enough waymarks back then to spell out Sid's name back in the day. Now, looks like everyone's gonna be careful here. Because we can't just go in guns blazing because we're at minimum item level. Now, gonna barrel right through, see if we can't start shooting stuff. With a Mark 42 cannon, just like the good old days. This is how you do it. Yeah, you can typically skip those, but not these days. Well, at least not these days with having to fight everything as is. At the minimum item level. So with everyone that was forming the barrier having run off, we're now gonna follow along and deal with the Colossus. And don't want you to get too much of a head start there, Mr. Colossus. Looks like we're gonna stand our ground here before we move on. Which, this is a good strat for what we're doing. And under the circumstances that we've got. In fact, whoa! I was behind, yeah, most of us got cleaved. You can see Sid is standing his ground, he's ready to move on. We gotta clear him a path. Of course, we would be typically so far ahead that we wouldn't even need to clear a path for Sid, because we'll have already beaten everything long before he shows up. Oh, careful. Careful. Okay, there we go. Let's move on. One last wave of enemies. Yeah, one last wave of enemies before we have to go and take on the next mini-boss. Yeah, you make the pole there, tank, and I'll go where I need to go. Hit full speed. I'll try and use the cannon here. Fighting like it was meant to be in this place. Using all the available resources at your disposal, and doing everything the way it was meant to be done. Because yeah, even by trying to burn the enemies down, like what the current strat, it still is slower than just getting people to the cannons and using them. So as Sid prepares to do what he needs to do. Let's go ahead and deal with the trio of Death Claws here. And now over on this side. There we go. And now we wait for the big guns. There's the Rubricatus. Master of Torment who really can make you feel it in a place like this when we have what we have here. Let's see if we can stun him just enough so that he can't use his sword. And it worked! Yeah, modern strats being able to be implemented here. Nice. If you stun the boss at just the right time, he can't give himself a massive defense buff. Of course, he can't do it completely forever under these circumstances. There are times when you'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. Whoa! I don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Thanks! Yeah, we gotta get that Medicus down. Lay waste to everyone else here in the process. Yeah, work buttons. I need you to work for me here. Oh! Good, good. And now back to Rubri. Oh, I think we stopped him from... Yeah, I saw the enemy spawning and he was stunned. But nope, it didn't quite work out that way. Oh, yeah, that's one way to get burned. They're in here somewhere. They gotta go down. Alright. And I think some are trying to get the kill now, while others are more content to just... Okay, I think I see what's going on. The off-tank is controlling things over there, which means we can easily do things over here. And since we won't get double limit break by the time this thing gets down, you know, just have to use it now. And there it goes. You, sir, can get put on your back. Takes care of him. Fine work, Mathia. Stand clear. I have a mind to loose some fireworks. Diverting all power to cannons. He's knowing exactly what to do here. Target is locked and loaded. Fire away! Yeah, that takes care of that. And that's 2 parts of the barrier down. Unfortunately, there will be no encore. Yeah, Sid's like, what? And so, damn it, there goes the coal. I fear I may have overestimated its maximum operating capacity by a few orders of magnitude. I blame Marquez. We'll need to find another way to bring down the 3rd generator. And as we're discussing this, over our shoulders, completely unbeknownst to us. Well, well, the traitor himself, and with his meddlesome friend for company. Yeah, hi there, Olivia. Don't think that we haven't forgotten about what happened at the Waking Sands. And in the meantime, you go on ahead, Mathia. I need to get to the bottom of something. Alright. It's funner at 110. Well, in the meantime, we're free to move on. And kind of double back, as it were. So now, this door is open. Let's launch ourselves in there and start destroying stuff. People actually want to see more mechanics? Now that's something I didn't think I would hear anyone say. Considering how so many things are going to get nerfed when the new patch comes out, I'm surprised that people actually want to see more of a challenge. But hey, that puts a smile on my face that people actually do want a challenge. And so, now it's time for us to go over this way. Yeah, I don't know where you think you guys are going. The fight is this way. Just gotta get through this Colossus. We'll get him down and then we can move on to what's next. Now, it's highly unlikely that we'll be using the really old strats that used to be used here. Which is, after opening the doors, taking, trying to provoke that set of enemies one or two at a time and moving them over to where the other marked cannons were. But as the game went on, we found that this was a much better and smarter strat. Just go around them and turn the lights off. So yeah, they'll continue to control things over here. We're gonna help out with getting things down. Looks like the other light's about to be turned off. And there it goes. Yeah, I noticed someone was keeping an eye on things, but I thought it made sense for us to stand our ground and try and reduce the number of reinforcements of where we're at. But we're under attack. It's me, are you alright? That's an assault craft you're up against. You don't stand a chance with conventional weapons. You're gonna need something big to bring it down. A mortar, a cannon, anything. Hold on, Matthias, I'm on my way. Yeah, Sid saw the danger that we're in, us being shot at as we are. So are we gonna find something that can help us out? Well, how about right over here? And it's aimed right at that airship. Oh! Oh, we lost the healer. Yeah, we're kind of struggling right now. Oh. I think the other tanks got away just to try and mitigate some of the situation we have right now. Because yeah, the assault craft is being shot at, the cannon is being used. But we are kind of short-handed right now, and people are dying. People are getting cleaved randomly. Oh! Yeah, that's why I wish we could have not been so hasty. Because lots of people are dying. Including me. Yeah, we're gonna need to regroup. Oh, and in the meantime, there was enough shots fired in time to cause this to happen. Someone stayed around just long enough to make the airship go and do that. Crash right into force field number 3 and lower the barrier. Fools, if you were resolved to die here, you might have at least done so without first making a mess of the place. Blah blah. Yeah, you and your fancy white suit of Magitech armor there, Olivia. I see that Garland is not with you. More's the pity. I'd hoped to slay him myself, but never mind the traitor for now. I have so looked forward to this meeting, Matthias Griffin. Yes, I know much and more about you. About your strength and your hidden talents. I'm sure you do. I would sample them firsthand, and you will indulge me. Alright then. You'll have to wait until I get back to that general area before we can do this, though. Yeah, we're kind of having to need to regroup. After kind of getting laid waste, too. Gotta pick ourselves up and start all over again. Yeah, we simply bit off way more than we could chew, but hey, that's That's how a place like this works when you're at the minimum item level. And Tank, I would probably step back. Considering that the Colossi are on patrol as they are, I would not be surprised if they attempted to insert themselves into this. So now everyone's trying to resort to classic evasion strats from back in the day in the Praetorium. Problem is, the Colossi, so the tank's like, okay, screw this, we'll just fight them. Oh, man. Yeah, we're not getting around them without casualties, so the tanks are like, okay, screw it. We're living the dream of 2013, ladies and gentlemen. And we're not going to get double limit break in time, so I might as well just use this now while I still can. Whoa. There goes one Colossus. And I just need to deal with the other. Almost got it. There we go. And now for the classic shoot Livia with Magitech missiles strat. My first and last Livia. Well, just as it was in 2022, just as it is in 2022, it is now in 2013. Load the artillery cannons with the Magitech Death Claws and then use them on Livia. Meaning the prompt even tells you to do it. And every time you do, not only will Livia target someone who shot at her, but ads will also become a problem. And they are all running towards the same area. And I think it's going to need to do a better job of containing, because one thing that has become a significant problem in recent months is tanks just completely ignoring the ads, hoping for a successful burn, but the Lacariuses, the Equus, all getting in to destroy the Death Claws because they're needed to load the cannons, because those missiles are just too heavy for us to carry on our own. Now another wave of Equus hits the field. That's going that way, you're going this way. Everything's just jumping in at once. But it looks like the end is coming if someone loads in one more missile. And it's on its way. Oh, yeah, someone else got it before me, but that's alright. We hit her so many times that her Magitech armor explodes and she has to hit the ejector seat. Yeah, now it's just you and me. My lord was quite taken with you and the power you possess. The Echo. Naturally, I could not help but wonder whom this Prince among men might be. Only to discover that you are but another adventurer, no better than the multitude. Yet, in spite of this, the masses hold you their champion and shower honors upon your head. It defies all reason. Oh, not really. How is it that you could be such a thorn in our side? Wherever you appear, you leave havoc in your wake. You even slew Totten, one of our very finest. Well, I will not speculate. Truth be told, I couldn't care less how you have done these things. What matters to me is the fact that you have done them. That's right, I have. If you are allowed to continue, you will eventually deprive me of all that I have toiled for, all that is mine by right. My minions, my comrades, even my lords. Well, you cannot have him! His dreams and ambitions, his body and soul, they are mine, do you hear me? All mine! I lost everything once before, I will not suffer it to happen again! Yeah, she thinks we're in love with him. I will kill you, adventurer, only your death can bring me peace! Well, I hate to break this to you, but it's gonna be the other way around. This is for everyone we lost at the Waking Sands! So tank, whenever you're ready, let's go. start laying waste to Livia. And so we'll beat her up in such a way that she becomes Dedia. Yeah, I had to go there. That was the joke I used with my corrupted footage yesterday, by the way. So there was no way I was not using it again. It would have been a crime if I didn't, to be perfectly honest. We should be expecting the first wave of ads anytime, and here they come. We got Secutors rushing in to try and pound some healers or anything else they can get their hands on. Yeah, tanks are gonna need to pick these guys up. They're gonna be coming in waves, and you gotta deal with them all. Whoa! Stay clear of that danger. Jump on your head to ensure your death. That goes. That set is now down. Livia's past half health. Here comes another wave of Secutor. Yeah, way to stay on top of it there, tank. There you go. There you go. I will do my part to help thin the herd. Thin it, cut it, whatever you want us to call it. Yeah, everyone's realizing just how much more these adversaries can do when you're fighting them old school. Yeah, it's like for a lot of players who never tuned in to do this way back when, their eyes have just been opened up to so many different things. There are so many things that people didn't even know existed. And for people like myself, it's my honor to document all this stuff for all of you. Oh. Yeah, the healers are running for their lives. Livia's down to her last 10%. Might as well limit break her while I can. Now the chase is on. The chase is on. We're trying to burn down Livia before we lose everything. Whoa! Almost got cut down, but we got it. On your backside. No, it's happening all over again. Please, I cannot bear it. Don't take him away from me. My Lord Gaius! Our revenge is complete. Hey there, Sid. Yeah, she's down. Gone for good. Another poor fool who craved Gaius' affection over all else. May her soul know rest. 'Tis a miracle no harm has come to you, my friend. One for which I will happily give thanks. And the wonders do not end there. Truthfully now, did you really mean to send that assault craft crashing into the generator tower? Well, I had help in that regard. If you did, you're a bloody liar. If you didn't, well, you're too modest. Whichever you are, you managed to open the way to the Praetorium. The only problem is, we can't reach it on foot. And so, nay, we'll need to take the Enterprise. I left her at the cerulean processing plant, so let's regroup there. This is it, Mathia. The final confrontation awaits. It certainly does. In footage that I've already shot. Yeah, we did it. And hopefully the footage works out this time, and I don't have to reshoot this again. And as you can see, it took us nearly 40 minutes to do this place, so kind of gives you an idea of what to expect for when we show off the Praetorium.